The Dogs, in association with the British Greyhound Racing Board.
On the Dogs this week, we're off to a busy Wimbledon stadium for the heats of the Stan James Grand National. We bring you right up to date with the goings-on from Shawfield, and we hear the latest news on Westmead Lord's preparation for his Derby defence.
But first, a super Saturday at Wimbledon with the heats of the Stan James Grand National and 4 Blue Square Derby Trial Stakes. And Plough Lane packed them in with another cracking weekend crowd. Punters lined the terraces, but few would get rich backing the long odds-on Rossacredibility as Charlie Lister's strapping White and Brindle looked to maintain an unbeaten record in this country. Westmead Kuhl headed the opposition to the ex-Irish dog.
And away they go on a bump out of the boxes for Rossacredibility, but leading up early here from Cabanas Racing in second. On the inside is Bargain Lulu, just moves off there. Commander Chief was badly crowded and so was Westmead Kuhl. Down the far side though, they've got to go to catch Rossacredibility, again showing plenty of ability here at Wimbledon. Some 6 lengths clear at the moment from Cabanas in second, and then comes Bargain Lulu. They come around the final bend and it's a win here for Charlie Lister's Rossacredibility. He keeps on improving, he wins from Cabanas, and running on strong Commander Chief.
An impressive effort, all the more eye-catching considering the bump he took out of the boxes. His pace up is top-notch, and this victory made it 5 from 5 for Rossacredibility since he arrived at Lister's kennels. Bookmaker reaction was also swift, the sponsors making him second favourite for the Derby following this win. Ninja Jamie was the star turn in Division B, but a missed break proved costly from 2 as Droopy's Wells paced up and into the lead off the second bend from 6. And Liz McNair's dog was back on the winner's podium on Tuesday as he's being prepared for another classic campaign. Back on the terraces and a feast of quality open race action saw brisk business in the ring, and yes folks, that is a smile on leading layer Tony Morris's face.
I'm happy to tell you we're on the up and up now. The crowds are coming back and everything seems to be in place and going well.
Why do you think that's happened?
There's been changes here and it's for the better.
The crowd seem to have improved over the last few weeks. Are they your type of crowd though?
Any crowd's good now because it was dying and it's now picking up again. It's not ideal for us because they're not the type of punters we were used to, but at the same time people are coming and that's the main thing.
There's less bookmakers standing, so obviously that increases your take anyway.
Absolutely right. With 4 bookmakers standing, it has made it better. There are more bets being laid and thank God Wimbledon's coming back.
The bigger crowds must be due in part to Wimbledon's new general manager Darren Kennedy, and we'll be speaking to Darren later. But first, the heats of the Stan James Grand National, and Springbok finalist Bill's dad Bill went off favourite for Heat 1. But look out for Jason Foster's Smooth Turbo in 2. It promised to be a big night for the Burr Hill handler.
Away they go, and a good start here from Smooth Turbo. Hops over the first with a length and a half lead over 1. Rinky's Don on the inside of 3. Be All. After these against the rails is 6. Bill's dad Bill. They're pulling away from 5. That's Amazing Aces. As they head down the far side, and it's Smooth Turbo by half length being challenged by Be All on the outside. Making progress on the inside is Winky's Don, but nowhere to go at the third bend. Bill's dad Bill is in behind these, and then comes Amazing Aces. They come off the final bend, and it's Smooth Turbo just being taken on by Be All. Is Smooth Turbo just ahead of Be All and Winky's Don? It's mighty close.
A crowd-pleasing finish sees Smooth Turbo edge out Winky's Don and Be All, less than a length covering the first 5 home, but Foster was off and running. And the local handler had another major chance in Heat 2 with Irish Grand National champion Coman's Joe, as he set his sights on a notable double from trap 5. But favourite here was the Springbok champion, Hot Dog Jack, in 2.
Away they go, and racing up towards the first flight. Trouble out the boxes. Lily White Paddy turned left, so did Coman's Joe. Four didn't get a good run. Follow lugs. They're all over the first two flights safely. The favourite Hot Dog Jack is toiling at the back at the moment. As they head down the far side, Coman's Joe then out in front and leads by a length and a half over 6 Lily White Paddy, improving 1 Terry My Pal, and on the outside Tommy Bahama. They come around the second last bend, but it's Coman's Joe with his safety net of 2 lengths over 6 Lily White Paddy in second. As they come over the last, it's going to be 5 Coman's Joe that will win comfortably from Lily White Paddy, and plugging on for third, Tommy Bahama.
A slow start and some uncharacteristic indifferent jumping saw Hot Dog Jack bow out as Coman's Joe raced to the bend in front. He underlined his outright claims for the Grand National and was another winner for Jason Foster. Foster's Kildare Lark went off a short price to win Heat 3. The BGRB Hurdler of the Year racing from the inside in a race he was expected to win and win well. Firm-handed renewed rivalry with the Jolly as he raced from 4.
Away they go, racing up towards the first flight. Then good start from 1. Kildare Lark hops over in front with 4 firm-handed. There comes 6 Emporio Wizard. Trouble at the back there for Flamboyant Hero. Knocks into 5. Moortown Miss, but as they go down towards the third flight, and it's Kildare Lark out in the middle of the track, just leading at the moment from 4. Firm-handed, who's coming to tackle it at the third bend. After these comes 6 Emporio Wizard as they come around the final bend. Kildare Lark pushed by Firm-handed, but Kildare Lark's finding more, goes on and wins by a length in the end from Firm-handed, and Emporio Wizard back in third. Oh dear, what was he doing after the line?
It was an exhibition round of jumping from Kildare Lark as Jason Foster made it 3 out of 3 heat successes. Fast and fluent, foot perfect, no faults. He would finish the night as joint favourite for the Grand National with kennelmate Coman's Joe. Back inside, and another 2,000 plus crowd on a Saturday pleases Wimbledon GM Darren Kennedy, who reports the feel-good factor is back.
Saturday nights are storming along quite nicely. Fridays are coming up, and even Tuesdays are coming better now, so it's very good signs.
So what's made the difference?
We're just trying to bring the stadium into the 21st century. We've recently acquired some funds from our board to upgrade facilities. New plasma screens and some new furniture will be coming in fairly soon. Upgrading one of the restaurants, so the staff are now reinvigorated and quite happy to be here again. Customers are enjoying it as well, so it's a new life.
So significant money being spent?
I think any money's significant money. I'm not really at liberty to put a figure on it, but I think it'll be significant enough to make some fantastic improvements.
Over the last couple of years, Wimbledon has been criticised for not even bothering putting a coat of paint on. Is that a fair criticism?
I don't like to dwell in the past. I think moving into the future is the only way to look, so the past is over, the future's here.
Not long in the hot seat with a pub and club background, what has Darren's biggest challenge been to date?
Biggest challenges is breaking some of the old beliefs of the business and making people realise that it's a fantastic night out, not just coming for 1 or 2 races, but staying for the whole evening and using all the facilities and advertising all the facilities. It's just team building now and business building.
What have you brought from your outside experience to the world of greyhound racing?
I think I brought some fun to the business again. Our customers and our staff seem to be enjoying themselves a lot more now. I think I've got an enthusiasm for everything in life, and I think I push that through to a lot of people as well.
We'll have more from Darren later, but back to the action and Heat 4 of the Grand National, the most competitive of the night. It saw Bubbly Magic go off favourite for Paul Young and the Champagne Club. Moral Warrior was next in.
Away they go for Heat 4 as they race away here. Good start for 1, Bubbly Magic over the first flight safely from 6, Eye on the Flame, who's pacing up well in between them. A trap 4 there, Morel Warrior. Not a great start from New Lawn Burts, and bumping at the back for Beardy's Harry as they head down the far side. It's 6, Eye on the Flame now going on and showing good middle pace. Leads here from 4, Morel Warrior getting into the thick of things at the third bend. And then comes 1, Bubbly Magic, 3 in line, spread across the track as they come around the final turn. Bubbly Magic now forces the issue to go on, jumps the last in front by half a length, wins here from Eye on the Flame and Morel Warrior in third.
The draw was a huge help to Bubbly Magic here. The only railer in the field, he could afford the luxury of moving middle in the dash to the first turn. Leading into the second, he came again to win well on the run-in. The ex-Irish Analyze went to traps a warm order in Heat 5 with a big reputation. Now with Lorraine Sams, he was making his British debut here and headed the market from Paul Salas's evergreen Gilles Fault, the veteran hurdler racing from red.
They're running and racing up towards the first flight. Gilles Fault out fast, up towards the middle of the track, leads up early from Countrywide Blues as they hop over the next. Then comes 2 improving, that's Borash Cameron. 6 Analyze took a bump there, lost its way a little bit. Then comes after these Sawpit, Semi Ryan, Serek Lombardo as they jump over the next, and Gilles Fault by 4.5 lengths here. Borash Cameron improves up into a clear second. Analyze is on the scene now, moving into third as they come around the final bend, and it's Gilles Fault very wide off the final bend but clear. Gilles Fault will win, staying on for second. Analyze just ahead of Borash Cameron.
Great to see the old dog triumph on the inside, moving middle but clear of the chasing pack by the first hurdle. The favourite's jumping probably let him down, but improvement from Analyze is expected. No problems with the winner's jumping, however, his experience shining through. The final heat saw Nevada Blue carry the mantle as favourite. He raced from 4 for Otto Querez, with Hot Dog Jack's trainer Seamus Cahill fielding Call Again from the stripes. The only seeded runner here, he took maximum advantage.
And they're off, and a good start from Nevada Blue, but gets a bump there from 3, Rowan Carrick View, as they go up towards the second flight. 1, Ali's Amigo comes pushing through on the inside. 3, though, Rowan Carrick View rides a bump to go on with 6, Call Again. After these comes 1, Ali's Amigo, 4, Nevada Blue, and the others left in their wake as they jump the last on the far side, and it's 6, Call Again by no more than a neck. From 3, Rowan Carrick View, then comes Nevada Blue improving past Ali's Amigo. They come round the final bend, and it's Call Again with the advantage over the last. Call Again wins, going away in the end. Close for second, Rowan Carrick View and Nevada Blue.
Seamus Cahill's second string strikes in the national heats to make up in some way for the disappointment of Hot Dog Jack. And Call Again goes in the first semi-final on Friday, where he takes on the fancied pair of Gilles Fault and Firm Handed. The second semi-final looks at the mercy of Coman's Joe. He too takes on another heat winner in Bubbly Magic. Kildare Lark goes in the third semi-final and will again be short odds to win. The first 2 in each of the 3 semi-finals qualify for Tuesday's final, live here on Sky Sports, and worth $7.5 grand to the winner. But before we leave Wimbledon, another chance to catch up with the new management. Customers old and new will experience a very different Wimbledon nowadays, and the good news is it's only going to get better. Changes have been made, and the results so far have been extremely positive.
We went live with a new menu and the Star Attraction on Tuesday, and then live with a new menu in the Broadway on Friday this week. We're planning to change the concept of the Broadway in the short-term future to a grill menu. So it's just changing what people's old perceptions of the business were.
So Darren, obviously you're quite confident about the future of Wimbledon.
Absolutely confident. Business is coming on, we've got a new marketing manager, we've got new strategies. You'll see us out on the streets a lot more, and I believe business is building well.
After the break, we travel north for all the action from the Scottish Derby. Westmead Lord picked up a toe injury after winning the Derby, but he hasn't been seen out since. Here's his trainer, Nick SAVVA.
I'm quite happy with him. He's had a lot of homework, he's had a few trials. I'm not sure if he's 100% ready yet, but we've got another 4 weeks to do a lot more with him, and hopefully everything will go to plan, you know.
Will you run before the Derby?
I'm not sure. Probably I'll take it trial by trial, or week by week. You know, I haven't made up my mind yet. Very likely.
Do you think he can defend his title?
Yeah, well, we'll have a go anyway. That's always been on the plan, you know, with him.
And have you got anything you think can beat him?
No, I haven't got anything here that can beat him. Not at the moment, anyway.
Westmead Lord has had a recent trial at Romford and recorded a rapid 24 seconds dead. He's now 16-1 for the Blue Square Derby. Matt Dartnell's Ballymac Under is just the favourite with the sponsors following his 27.56 trial at Wimbledon recently. We've just seen Rossacredibility win his trial stakes at Wimbledon. He's been heavily supported down to 12-1. Easing though in the betting is Barnfield on Air out to 14-1. It's 16-1 bar.
After the problems of the first round, the iBetX Scottish Derby is now back on track. Better weather brought better news on Sunday for the second round at Shawfield, and co-favourites lined up for the first heat. Blenheim Dove would kick off a cracking afternoon for Julie Bateson.
And away they go, and racing out towards the first bend. Great start from 4 Blenheim Dove, showing good early pace. Highfield Hondo looking for space on the inside. Forced to check though was trap 1 for Doves as they head down the far side, and Blenheim Dove has built on the lead, gone about 5 lengths clear here. Trying to improve on the outside, his last win on the outside there of 3 Highfield Hondo. Pond Galileo beginning to pick up a bit of ground. More crowding at the back there. 6 Quernahau Tembo was involved and 4 Doves, but as they come around the final bend, it's Blenheim Dove for Julie Bates, and Blenheim Dove makes all and win by a good 2.5 lengths in the end from last win in second place, and staying on gallantly in third, and qualifying was Pond Galileo.
Superstar Barnfield on Air was reported exhausted after the first round, and while he went off favourite for Heat 2, most of the money came for last year's Irish Derby second, Tyro Laurel, from 5.
And away they go for Heat 2, all eyes on Barnfield on Air, but it's Tyro Laurel that's got the best break. He leads early from Barnfield on Air, moving swiftly up into second. After he's chasing hard back in third comes Trap 2, Droopy's Obafemi, and then comes 6 on the outside. That's Apache Dawn. At the moment, Tyro Laurel has certainly got the legs of Barnfield on Air. He leads here by 4 lengths, and then there's a 2-length gap back to Apache Dawn on the outside as they come round the final bend, and it's Tyro Laurel that's going to upset the favourite. Tyro Laurel for Paul Hennessy wins by a good 4 lengths. Barnfield on Air in second, and qualifying in third was Apache Dawn.
Paul Hennessy now looked to land a quick-fire double with Tyra Kieran in Heat 3, but it was Bubbly Totty, impressive in the conditions in the first round, who went off favourite.
Away they go, just the 4 runners here. Tyra Kieran for Paul Hennessy's out in front, leads up early here from Killock Tail, giving chase in second. After he's got 2 lengths back to 5, Bubbly Totty on the inside there are Courtsway Giants. So head down the far side, and Tyra Kieran's increased the lead to 3 lengths here. Killock Tail trying to live with it, now starting to close a little bit. 3 lengths back to Bubbly Totty, having a few awkward moments at the third bend as they come around the final turn. It's still 1, Tyra Kieran leading. They are closing, Killock Tail and Bubbly Totty, but Tyra Kieran will make all and wins by about half a length in the end. Killock Tail in second, and Bubbly Totty qualifying in third.
Loyal Honcho caught the eye in the rearranged first round, and last year's English Derby runner-up was odds-on for Heat 4, but the quick runs were to catch him out as Julie Bateson's Carlgrove Top upset the odds.
And away they go. What a slow start from Loyal Honcho. It's out slowly, it's pacing up. 2 got first run though. Carlgrove Top as they go around the turn. A little bit of scrimmaging going on in behind Carlgrove Top. It leads by 1.5 lengths over Dotland Hitman in second. Loyal Honcho forced out wide. Gap back to 4 Noirs Wild as they go around the second last bend. And the lead at the moment with Carlgrove Top. Loyal Honcho is trying to switch on the inside there of Dotland Hitman as they come up towards winner line. It's Carlgrove Top. It's going to be a boil over. Carlgrove Top wins just from Dotland Hitman that was flying at the death. Loyal Honcho weakened in third. So Blenheim Dove and Tyro Laurel recording the quickest times in the quarterfinals. On to Wednesday in the semis. Barnfield on Air no longer the anti-post favourite for the iBetX Scottish Derby, lined up in trap 2 for the first semi, whilst last year's Derby runner-up Loyal Honcho was wearing the orange jacket. Now these two dominated the betting for the heat. Paul Hennessy's second string, Tyra Kieran, was next at 4-1, with Graham Frew's Killock Tail showing at 5-1. It was then 16-1 bar. And away they go, and racing up towards the first bend. Good start from Tyra Kieran. Leads up early. Loyal Honcho showing good pace. Barnfield on air in the wars at the first bend as they head down the far side. Tyra Kieran with a 2-length advantage over Loyal Honcho. 4 lengths back to 1. Killock Tail. Barnfield on air is struggling in behind as they come down towards the second last turn. It's Tyra Kieran trying to close his Loyal Honcho. A good 3.5 lengths back to Killock Tail. Up the home straight they go, and it's Tyra Kieran with this advantage over Loyal Honcho. Tyra Kieran wins. Loyal Honcho second, Killock Tail third, and Barnfield on air out of the Scottish Derby. And a track record for Tyra Kieran, 28.69. Let's watch the action again. Very slow start from Barnfield on air. Great trapping ability from Tyra Kieran. We've seen it before, of course. Loyal Honcho not coming away well, but great early pace, but more trouble at the bend for Barnfield on air, and he goes crashing out of the Scottish Derby. Well, Paul Hennessy, of course, had Tyra Laurel in the second heat, and this was the warm favourite for the second semi-final at 11 to 10. Next on the prices, the early pace runner for Julie Bates and Blenheim Dove at 2 to 1. Bubbly Totty, who stays and stays and stays, at 5 to 1. And there they go, and racing out towards the first bend, the early pace from Blenheim Dove, but being held up there by 1 Cargrove Top on the outside. Bubbly Totty, all sorts of problems, and Tyra Laurel was badly balked, and so was 5 Dotland Hitman as they head down the far side, and Cargrove Top in front. 3 Blenheim Dove, after these come 6 Bubbly Totty and 2 Pond Galileo. They go around the second last bend, and it's Cargrove Top ranging up on the outside and looking a live wire. Bubbly Totty 2 lengths back to the others, headed now by Pond Galileo up towards the winning line. Bubbly Totty getting on top. Bubbly Totty wins. 1 Cargrove Top in second place and Pond Galileo in third. The winning time 29.12. Well, the anti-post favourites, Tyra Laurel, out of the competition after a slow break. You can see in trap 4, rushed up, but there was nowhere to go. Blenheim Dove couldn't get across towards the rails. Cargrove Top made sure of that, and there was carnage at the first bend, and unfortunately Tyra Laurel got involved in that. Well, after racing, the draw for the IBETX Scottish Derby final was made, and the new track record holder, Tyra Kieran, got a peach of a draw in trap 1. Fellow Irish raider Loyal Honcho drawn in trap 5. We know that Bubbly Totty stays all day. He's the only wide-seeded runner. He looks well berthed in 6. And of course we've got Cargrove Top in 2, Pond Galileo in 3, and Killock Tail in 4. Here's the average sectionals for the quarterfinals and semi-finals. Tyra Kieran, Cargrove Top, and Loyal Honcho. There's not much between them on the sectionals. Could it play into the hands of Bubbly Totty?
It's a busy week ahead. Friday sees the heats of the Blue Ribbon at Hall Green and Golden Sprint at Romford, plus the Grand National semi-finals at Wimbledon. While on Saturday it's a gala card at Shawfield for the Scottish Derby final, live on Sky Sports. The Rose Bowl final takes centre stage at Crayford on Monday. It's the Blue Ribbon semis at Hall Green on Tuesday, plus at Wimbledon the final of the Grand National, our second live Greyhound broadcast in 4 days on Sky Sports. Catch up with all the results at thedonks.co.uk, and don't forget to join us at Shawfield on Saturday for the IBETX Scottish Derby final.
The Dogs, in association with the British Greyhound Racing Board.